Welcome to your LITE setup video. This video will highlight all of the areas that need to be completed before you add in your existing availability. The first screen you will come to whenever you log into SuperControl is your payment reminders page. This will highlight any bookings that require payment and any new bookings that you have received. The first area of your setup is to go to your admin menu and then go to general details. In this page, add in all of your contact details, ensuring you have your email address added in as well. If you would like any colleagues to receive a copy of your booking notification, you can add it in here. The next area is your footer. Anything added here is shown to the guest on their automated booking summary that they receive once they place an online booking. A good example of text to add in here would be your bank account details if you offer bank transfer as a payment method. It means that the guest has the details to hand to make a payment once they have submitted their booking. The next heading you come to is credit card processing. Here you need to tick all of the payment options that you allow. Please note, in order to take online card payments, you need to have an online payment processor. Make sure you also tick Show to Public against any of your payment methods so that the option will show to the guest when they make an online booking. Further down the screen you have the heading Booking Form Options. This is where you can choose any additional fields to display, for example your arrival and departure time fields, and also whether you would like guests to add in all guest information when booking online. The final section to complete in this page is the automatic email filing email addresses. If you send emails via your personal email address and would like them to link to the booking history in SuperControl, enter your email address here and then once you've finished, click Save down at the bottom. The next area of setup is to complete your terms and conditions. To do that, go to your admin menu at the top and then come down to Terms and Conditions. Enter in your terms within the text box below, and once you're finished, click the Update button at the bottom of the page. The next area to complete is to add in your logo. To do that, again go to your admin menu and simply come down to Logo Upload. From here you can browse to the file on your computer to upload it, and you can also tick to apply it to your booking summary as well. Once it's in, click Upload and it will then save. Before you start the property setup, we need to add in any optional extras that the guest may want to add to their booking. For example, a dog, extra linen or a welcome hamper. To do this, go to your Properties menu and then come down to Booking Options. All you need to do in this page is add the option name plus any VAT, plus whether you want this option to show on your booking form. Once this is done, click the Save button. Please note, the price details are input once the property is added. The next part of your setup is to actually add in your property. So to do that, come to your Properties menu and simply come down to your Add button. From this page you can add in your property name, the capacity, any notes, plus the address details. The next heading is your booking details, where you can set your balance due days, which is how many days prior to arrival do you require the full payment to be made by the guest. If you take a deposit at time of booking, you can also add this value in. Arrival and departure time can also be added, and if you take a refundable deposit to cover any damages, you can also enter in a value here as well. The next heading is Availability Chart Options. Here you can customise how the calendar displays to the guest, so you can either hide the booking button to make it an inquire only property. You can hide the 7-night prices and the short break column as well. You can also set the online bookings allowed days prior to arrival setting. Means that you can add in if you prefer some notice so that the booking cannot be placed so close to the arrival day. The next heading down is Start Days for full week bookings. So this is your changeover day for weekly stays. If you're fully flexible, you may want to tick all of these days. Or if you're just a changeover date on a particular day of the week, you just have to select one of these options. If you allow short breaks, simply select Allow Short Breaks from your drop-down. Here you can select the specific days and the length of stay that you allow short break. So for example, if you only allowed a Monday and a Friday arrival, then you would select how many days from a Monday a guest would be allowed to stay, and how many days from a Friday a guest would be allowed to stay. And you also need to make sure that you complete your maximum days as well, so that the guest has the option to book short breaks on the online calendar. At the bottom of the page you have the heading for custom text. This is not compulsory, but you can add text above your calendar, so anything that you would like to inform the guest about before they submit their booking, you can add it in as custom text if you wish. Once completed, click the Save button at the bottom. Once the property is saved, we then need to move to the Price Planner, which is on the grey menu bar at the top of the page. This is the section where we're going to be adding in all of our prices and our short break prices. To add in a price, you need to click on the day within your prices row that your price starts. So from here you would select your last date. So if we had a price band of, let's say, £500, and it was £500 per week right up until the end of June, we could run this date range right up until the end of June. The end date that we select should ideally be the day before our next price band starts. So because my changeover day is a Friday, I should effectively stop my price band on the Thursday beforehand. Then we can enter in our price, and we can manually add in any prices for our short breaks as well. Here I have added in some example prices, and then I would just click the Save button. Once the page refreshes, this is what your price planner will look like, and this is telling you that you have your prices enabled. If you have different pricing per person, you can click on this price band again. You can see that this price corresponds to 4 people coming to stay at the property. If you had a different price, so if 2 people were coming to stay, you would select 2 people and then you would enter in the price it would cost for 2 people. Here I've just added in some prices as an example, and then I would click Save. Once the page refreshes, you can see there that my price band, the number now displays in red. This is a visual aid so you can see exactly what price bands have a per person price allocated to it. So now that all of our prices are in, we just need to tell the system when we allow short breaks. This way we can tell the system whether we want to allow short breaks just in low season, and then leave high season open for weekly stays only. So in order to select when we allow short breaks, you need to click in the date that you want them to start from within the short breaks row. Here you can select your end date, so if you wanted short breaks to run right up until the high season, you can do that there. And then you can select your minimum and maximum days as well. Now the settings that pull through here are the same that what you selected in the edit page, but you can customize it if you wanted it to be different here. So if you wanted to be flexible and allow any day arrival, you can select 1 and 7+, for example. This means that we would allow any day for any length of stay for short breaks. And then once we've done, we would just click the Save button, and once it's saved, we'll see that we have an orange bar that's now activated underneath our blue price bar. That orange bar indicates that short breaks are now enabled. Once you have one section set up, just make sure you complete it for the remainder of the year. The next menu option along the top of the page is your discounts menu. If you offer any discounts for your properties, you can add them in here. There's lots of different ones to choose from. So you have a late availability discount, a multiple week discount. If you offer any low occupancy discount, you can add that in as well. You also have seasonal, X for the price of Y, and any early booking discounts. You don't have to fill these in at time of setup. If you do decide later on down the line that you do wish to add a discount, you can add these in at any time you wish. The next menu to go to is Options and Extras. Here you can add a price and how you would like it to be calculated. Please make sure you have a value in for the max for this property field. If this is set to 0, it will not pull through onto your booking form, as the system will think you don't have any to offer. So for example, if you allow up to 2 dogs in your property, the max figure would be 2. Ensure you click the little Save Disk icon once finished. Below you can add any rental pricing notes. This will display to the guest before they submit their booking, so anything that is included in the rental, for example Wi-Fi, extra linen or logs for the fire, would be example text to add in here. Once added, click Save. The final area of setup to complete is your booking sources. This is adding ways that the guest heard about you so you can monitor your best marketing channels. To do this, go to your Bookings menu and then come down to Booking Sources. In here, select if you would like it to show on the booking form and whether you require it to be a compulsory field that the guest fills in. You can see some examples of ones that I have added below. Here is a preview of how the guest will see this when they're placing an online booking. This is now your first stage of setup complete. If you would like to offer your own custom review service on your account, then you can go to Integrations, Upfront Reviews, and then Settings. Here you will find a detailed help file showing you how to activate this. The final stage to complete your setup is to add any existing bookings so your calendar availability is correct when you go live. Please refer to our LITE bookings video for a tutorial on how this is done. If you have any questions or want to go over anything discussed in this video, you can call us on 01556 506 700 or email us at support@supercontrol.co.uk.